Hey Michelle, you know what? The moment that you accepted my proposal was wonderful. I even wondered if you say yes.
Don't talk like that, honey. You should always be confident that I love you no matter what. So my decline didn't make sense.
Well, it's so sweet of you to say that. I'm sorry, I can't throw a wedding party for you right now. My job is so busy lately.
I understand, Thompson. As long as I can be with you, I don't rush into the wedding.
Thank you so much, baby. Although we don't have a wedding, I promise to rent an apartment for us. You now can cook in a big kitchen. And we can sleep in a king-sized bed.
Yeah, lovely to hear that.
Michelle, I'm so happy now. It's a happy ending for both of us. We're officially husband and wife.
I'm so happy to finally have it all sorted out.
It took so long. There seemed to be some confusion at the courthouse, but it's all good now.
Yeah, that's a very good news.
Did you get everything sorted out with your apartment?
Yeah, I did.
Let me know if there's anything I can help with. Is there anything left to move to our new place?
No. Just a few bags my parents are dropping off later. The moving service brought some things I won't be keeping to the thrift store. And I'm dealing with the last few things. The furniture won't be brought until tomorrow. But once they arrive, all we have to do is get things arranged.
Great. Are you at your old place now?
Yeah, the mirrors are just about to leave and I'm gonna be here for a while until my parents get here.
All right. I'll head over to the house now. I'm so excited to be living together with my parents.
Wait! What do you mean? I thought we were going to be moving into our own apartment.
Oh, sorry Michelle. I thought I told you. I decided not to rent that place.
What? I thought we talked about this.
We're gonna move in with my mom and dad for a while.
I thought we had picked an apartment out and we went to see it and everything.
I didn't bother moving forward with that place you had picked out. It looked like a dump.
What? I thought we had agreed on that apartment. I didn't agree to living with your parents. We should have our own place as a newly married couple. I thought you told me that you had gotten it all sorted out.
I guess I forgot to tell you I didn't do it.
What? How?
Calm down, Michelle. Just take it easy. It'll be fine.
How can I calm down? You lied to me. You told me you had it all sorted out everything.
Well, I made it up. That lease was just something I found off the internet and filled in myself. I didn't want to trick you, but I didn't see any other way to do it.
To do what? What can I do about all my stuff? The moving service is already going to the other apartment that we don't actually have a contract for.
Just have them donate the rest of it. We don't need any of that stuff. My parents have plenty of furniture and stuff already.
What if I want some of that stuff?
There's no room for it.
Can't believe it. Why did you lie to me about all of this? Why not just tell me you wanted to move in with your parents instead of tricking me like this?
I knew that you never said yes unless I did something like this. So I had no choice but to lie.
Why would you ever do that if we had talked about it? I'm sure we could have come up with some kind of compromise instead of you just straight up lying to me.
Hey, Michelle. Don't be so panic. I have my reasons. Just let me explain.
What reasons would you have for lying to me? I was worried that it might be hard to explain, but I really didn't have a choice.
My mom had a really bad ill last month.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
She was kind of embarrassed about it. She hasn't really told anyone actually. So I want to move in with her for a while to help her out.
Why didn't you just tell me this? I would have understood.
I'm sorry, Michelle. And there's one other thing. I was hoping you might be able to take care of her. I'm so busy with work. And I do make enough for the two of us. So I thought you could just quit your job and take care of her until she recovers.
What are you talking about? I didn't marry you just to become a free home care nurse. And I thought we were going to have kids. How am I going to be able to have a baby and take care of your mom at the same time? It's going to be much harder while I'm pregnant and basically impossible with an infant.
Please, Michelle.
What if I don't want to quit my job? You can't just ask me out of the blue to put my career into everything on hold because you can't find a way to take care of your mother.
Why are you so mad about this? We can have a kid and you'll have plenty of time for the kid even if you help with my mom.
But then I won't have time for anything else. You're absolutely out of your mind.
Well, it's not like we have any other choice. We don't have any other place to live right now. So we're gonna have to live with her for a while. I promise it'll be fine.
Thompson. We need to talk right now. I'm at my limit. I can't put up with this anymore. You tricked me into being your slave. I'm not your wife. I'm just your servant.
What? What are you talking about? Haven't you gotten used to taking care of my mom by now?
How can I get used to this? I'm not a trained nurse. She requires professional care and you've got me working basically all day to try to keep her alive. You made it seem she's just a little illness. But it's way worse than that. I spend basically all day looking after her while you're at work. And you still demand a cooking clean on top of that.
If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm not sure what to tell you. My sister could manage all of that before she got married. Clearly you have some sort of problem if you can't do it.
If you helped me at all, it wouldn't be so bad. If you volunteered to take her to a couple doctor's appointments or helped with dinner or really just anything. Maybe I could figure it out. But you won't even lift a finger.
What do you expect me to do? I'm busy with work. I don't have time to be chauffeuring her around to doctors and feeding her. I'm too tired to do anything when I get home.
How do you think I feel? I barely have time. I have to wake up in the middle of the night to take your mom to the bathroom. I can't even sleep properly. I spend all my time taking care of her and you do nothing. I'm done. I need a break. I'm going to a spa on Saturday. I need some time away from this to get my head straight. I'm going to go relax and think about what we're going to do about this marriage. I've just spent 2 months being your mother's unpaid care nurse. And don't start with me about paying for it. I'm using my own money.
Are you really going to abandon us to run off to spa? You don't care about us? I promised with my sister that you can take care of her children at weekend. I can't just reject her now. She already has plans of going on a vacation.
What? Why you agreed with her without asking me? I'm not gonna do it. You have to figure it out yourself.
Whatever, I already told her. So you better be home to watch them. You can't refuse now.
I can and I will. You're just going to have to watch them yourself. I have plans and I'm not changing them just because you didn't account for it.
Well, I have plans too. I'm going camping with my friends this weekend. And I can't change it. So you have to just cancel your schedule.
Absolutely not.
This is what you signed up for. You're my wife, and I expect you to do what I say. You can't just go buzzing off to a spa whenever you feel like. You must have a responsibility to this family.
I don't have a responsibility to anyone. You're treating me like a slave but not your wife. A wife should be loved and cared about. You've barely even looked at me since we've gotten married. You come home in the middle of the night stinking drunk and pass out. I barely talk to you in person in months.
Well, I do what I want. Because I take care of my responsibilities. Unlike you, abandoning my mother like this.
I want to talk about responsibilities pawning your sickly mother off on me like this. And I'm not abandoning anyone. I already hired a nurse to take care of your mother while I'm gone. I at least care about your mother to make sure that she's looked after. But I'm not gonna deal with your sister's kids. I'm not her babysitter. If you can't deal with that, maybe we should just get a divorce.
What?
Yeah, I'm tired of living with your family. And I haven't realized that you are an irresponsible husband until now. To be honest, I think about divorce many times, but I haven't decided yet. But this is the last straw. Can't take it anymore.
Where are you now, Michelle? Mom told me you aren't at home today. Is she right?
Yes.
What? Wherever you are, come back home now.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm gonna go stay with a friend. I'm done with taking care of your mom. I told you if you keep trying to force me to do it, we're gonna get a divorce.
Are you being serious? Why would you do that?
You didn't give me much choice, Thompson. I was being treated like a slave. So I decided I was done.
I don't agree. Are you leaving home and let my mom alone?
That's her problem, not mine.
You're so ungrateful after everything I've done for you. I married you and gave you this beautiful house. And that you went to our family, and this is how you repay us. My mom is ill now, she need taking care of. You even canceled the nursing service, right?
Yes, I don't want to using my money for that thing.
What? After all my family have given you, you just decide to run off and leave my mom.
What are you even talking about? You literally just turned me into your servant. I'm done with all of you. All you've done is take advantage of me. The divorce paper is in the drawer. Just take it out and sign it. I'm done with this marriage. We can fight it out in court if you want, but I'm not coming back. I'm not doing any of that. You better figure something out, because I'm not going to be there to take care of your family for you.
You have to be my wife. I'm not going to stand for this.
Well, you don't have a choice. It's not like you're much of a husband yourself. All you've done is work and go out with your friends since we've gotten married. We barely had a wedding and we didn't even have a honeymoon. And you haven't even touched me once since we got married. I'm just a maid to you.
You're not a maid, Michelle. Are you insane? You're my legal wife.
So what?
It's your job to take care of the house. I don't have to do anything for you. I'm done talking to you. I can't believe you can't get my thought. You need to come back home right now. My sister and his husband is coming. You need to be home to making a dinner for them. You have to take care of her children too.
What? It's so ridiculous. Why she find someone who actually can hurt your kids? Instead of just assuming I am going to do. This is what you get when you just assume everyone else is going to do stuff for you.
Don't speak to me like this. Let me tell you this. You have refused to take care of my sister's kids a lot of times. My sister now have to work more than before. She has to take care of children herself and go to work. She is the main breadwinner of her house. She works till midnight just to make ends meet. Don't you feel something? This is all your fault.
What? You must be kidding. Is that normal thing when mother looking after her own kids? And your sister is not a good person, Thompson. She seems like ordering me to look after her kids instead of being kind. And she isn't a good mother either. She hardly sees her kids and give them all to you.
She doesn't seem like ordering you, Michelle. Maybe she's just in a rush. We are family, that's nothing to worry about.
No, she is your family. Not mine, all right? And you think she has to work till midnight? It's so funny. She maybe tricks you, Thompson. She's always going to nightclub every day.
No way. She told me she's so busy lately.
I get connected with her on social media, so I can know it.
No, I don't believe you. You're the one that caused all this. You should take responsibility for your actions.
Now you're going to lecture me on taking responsibility? I don't owe you anything. I never take a penny from you. Plus, you never love me. I'm not your family's babysitter, and I'm definitely not your slave. I am moving out. You have to figure it out other things by yourself.
Please, Michelle. Don't go. Don't leave me. Please come back.
I already told you I wasn't coming back. I haven't changed my mind. Why would I ever go back to that house? I'm going crazy here. I'm so tired all the time.
Please, Michelle.
No. Bye.
Michelle.
After my leaving, Thompson begged his sister to live in his house to take care of that old woman. Thompson and his sister got in a fight each other. His sister then refused to keep taking care of their mother. She left their house the next day. Now Thompson had no one to take care of his mother. And he sometimes had to look after the children. With all the evidence of his deception and forcing me to work as a servant, I'm easily able to convince the judge to hand over quite much money for everything he did. Free from demanding, unreasonable husband.
Hey, Becky. Has Mom already arrived? Does she seem like she's all right?
Yeah. She just got here. I'm just bringing her things in now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, dear, I left everything for you to handle with that.
Don't worry about it. I know you've been busy with work. It's not like you could have really done much about it, right?
I mean, yeah, but still. Today is the day my mom's going to start living with us. I just wish I could have been able to help out in some way.
Right.
What's that?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure you're going to be okay on your own? I know Mom has some heavy things in her luggage. So be careful and not trying to carry too much.
Okay, I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. I've got some movers who are helping carry the really big things. So I don't have to try to lift them myself at all. Honey, you've got a day off work tomorrow, right? If there's things we don't really know where to put yet, you can help us figure the remainder out tomorrow.
Okay, I'll do that. But please be sure to at least get the bed together. You know Mom's got a bad back, right? Having her sleep on something even a bit hard would really do a number on her.
Yeah, I know. You've asked me about it countless times already. I already got the bed frame put together before she arrived. The mattress should be arriving this afternoon as well. So there shouldn't be a problem.
That's good to hear, Becky. Thanks a lot for dealing with all of that. I don't have work to stay late today, so I should be coming home on time.
I love it. Oh, do you think you could stop by the store on your way home?
What? Why didn't you go shopping just yesterday? We should have plenty of food at home already.
Yes, we do. But your mom is telling me that she really wants a steak for dinner. But we don't have meat in the fridge. I'm kind of busy to deal with the mattress, so.
And you shouted at them just because of that? Can you just leave the house for a bit and go buy some steaks?
Excuse me?
It's not that hard of a problem to solve now. What?
Are you really fine with letting your mom stay at our house alone? That seems like it would be something to worry about, don't you think? At least I feel concerned about it.
Is there something wrong with that? I don't know what you mean. What's there to be concerned about? I mean, she's going to start living with us now, and she's been to our house a number of times before already.
I still haven't gotten to put the lock on my bedroom door yet. That's supposed to be arriving today. I'm not about to leave her alone in the house until I can make sure I can lock my room first.
I really don't see what the problem is here. Wait. Are you being serious?
Yeah,
You're actually intending to install a lock on your door? You don't even trust my mom?
this isn't a matter of whether your mom is going to be sad or not. It's about my own privacy. I've had to deal with her going into my room without my permission before. And I am not about to deal with it again. Maybe she hurts herself on something in my room. I can't afford to take responsibility for it. I don't have that kind of money.
Mom's going to be sad if she knows that. I've told you this before. Why can't you just talk to her about it? She'll understand if you just try talking to her. Don't be so stubborn and just try to communicate for once.
But she's your mother. She certainly doesn't respect me like I'm her family. Did you forget about how she ripped up my clothes last time?
She's family. That was an accident. Are you really still holding a grudge against her for that?
Those were very important clothes to me, whether accident or not. I have a right to want to secure my things anyway. I am not going out until the lock for my door arrives. If you aren't going to go by what your mom wants, then she'll just have to get it herself. Are you fine with that?
Are you really so persistent? What? You're just being mean to her.
You should go get the steak your mom wants. And tell her that she'll have to wait until you come home.
You really want her to go shopping after she's already exhausted from moving then? Fine, whatever. I'll just go to the store then come home.
Yeah, I'll see you when you get home.
Is that okay?
Okay. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, I'll get everything cleaned up over here.
Make sure to tell Mom to text me if there's anything else she wants to eat.
Yeah, I know.
Just try to actually get along with her, okay? Hey, Becky.
What?
What are you doing?
She texted you? What's this?
I got a text from Mom.
What are you talking about? She hasn't said a thing to me.
She hasn't seen you all day and she was starting to wonder about what was going to be done about lunch. Well, I know that you've been doing work in your room this whole time. But isn't it hard to hear her calling you?
I don't know what you're talking about. We just saw each other in the living room. And at that time she didn't say a word to me about lunch. Yesterday she even told me that she was planning to go out today.
Actually, you should think about her for a bit. Oh, you don't know. Those plans fell apart apparently. That's why she's still in the house. That's why she's asking about how you haven't been out of your room. The least you could do is have lunch with her, couldn't you?
Look. I'm sorry to hear that her plans got cancelled. But I can't plan my own schedule around that. I was under the impression she was going to be gone for much of the day, so I don't have anything prepared for her.
Her plans having been scrapped so Mom's been lonely. What?
Well, yes. What did you expect? We've been eating lunch separately this whole week.
You're telling me she hasn't eaten anything for lunch at all? You're kidding, right? Why haven't you been preparing anything for lunch for her?
No. Far from it. In the very first day she spent here, I asked her if she wanted me to prepare something for her. But she just told me that she would make something for herself.
Have you not been thinking of her at all? What are you talking about? So Mom's just been alone this whole week?
What? I have a job that requires that I work in my room. I don't normally eat in the afternoon. I might have a light snack. This is how my work days have gone for ages.
I can't believe how cold you're being to her. What's been going on for ages can't just stay the same now that Mom's here. Come on. Can you at least spend some time with her? Why do you think she's living with us in the first place?
No, she's living here because she wants to be with you. And I can't even be entirely sure of that to begin with. You're the one who brought up the idea of her living with us in the first place. I certainly wasn't asking for this.
It's not like she's living here to be alone. Don't say things like that. I'm the eldest son in this family. It's been my responsibility to take care of Mom ever since Dad died.
Yes, I already know. But we talked about this before. I clearly explained that my job keeps me in my room and that I wouldn't be able to leave it for the whole day. I also told you that I had no intention of trying to change that. And you told me that that would be fine. Don't try to tell me you forgot.
Don't you remember that? Yes, sure. I do remember.
I'm not just letting her sit there. She's not a doll. She's free to do what she likes as long as it doesn't involve my room. She even told me she wanted to make her own lunch. I'm not refusing to make her a meal if she wants it. But she just wanted to deal with her lunch on her own. And since she didn't want my help with lunch, I just naturally went back to work. Plus, we're still eating breakfast and dinner with her. On top of it, I'm still dealing with all of the housework.
But it's not that hard to even do the bare minimum to not let her. You're the one who's staying at home after all.
Excuse me? Have you forgotten that I have a job just like you do? I may work at home, but work is work.
It's not like we can have Mom start doing stuff like the housework. All right, I'm sorry. It doesn't change the fact that Mom is lonely. Starting tomorrow, make sure to at least show your face once during the day.
Fine, whatever. But only for a little bit each day. I still have work to do. I don't want to hear any more complaints after this.
I would, but I can't exactly go home in the middle of the day. Yeah, I'll be sure to tell Mom as well. Why am I hearing that after Mom went through all the trouble to invite one of her friends over?
What? Chase her friend out? I have no idea what you're talking. I just asked them to talk a little quieter. Nothing else.
Mom said you just tried to chase her friend out of the house. And that's what I mean by you chasing them out. You shouted at them with a super angry expression.
What are you talking about? I did nothing like that. I just asked them normally without even raising my voice.
What else were they going to do after that? I don't want to hear your excuses. What is wrong with you? Why are you so intent on butting heads with my mother?
Wait. Hold on a second. I know just how important your mom is to you. But I don't see why you suddenly feel like it's fine to not pay any attention to anything I say. I am your wife.
What has she done to deserve this from you? Did you forget that? I know that, but a wife and a mother are two very different positions.
I see. Well, there's nothing else I need to talk to you about.
There should be no problem with me only listening to one person's story.
I mean, you've clearly heard all from your mom, right? And clearly you're believing everything she says. So what's the point of me saying anything at all?
What?
Oh, how magnanimous. Anyway, you remember what I told your mom this morning, right? We were right in front of you as we were talking. I told her that today I had a really important online conference. So I would need her to be quiet.
Look, just this once I'll listen to what you have to say.
And yet, despite all that, without even so much as warning me, your mother brings one of her friends over. Not only that, but after her friend arrived, she repeatedly knocked at my door and tried to call for me.
I do remember you saying that. Couldn't you have just gotten some drinks for them? It's just basic hospitality.
That's exactly what I did when her friend first arrived. However, I had to return to my room shortly after as the meeting was starting soon. In the middle of the meeting, they called loudly for me and the TV was on with the volume set really high. So all I did was ask them, "Can you please quiet down a bit?"
But hold on. Are you sure you didn't say things more rudely? You must not embarrass my mother in front of one of her friends.
What sort of embarrassment are you even talking about? I specifically asked her at the start of the day to try to stay quiet and explained perfectly. Despite all that, she clearly didn't care about what I wanted and did the exact opposite. Who's the one being unreasonable here?
But there's still the problem of how you said it. If you had such an important meeting, couldn't you have just gone to some other workspace or something?
Why are you so determined to make this my fault? This is my house. I had this all planned out in advance, and I clearly requested what I needed too. Why am I the one who has to meet with her demands? If she wanted to bring a friend over, she should have at least told me in advance. I even asked her about that specifically. And do you remember how the both of you agreed?
Yes, I remember that. But plans might always change.
But why can't she tell us about it? What's so hard about that? I am still in the house after all. Okay, just stop it. I still have work to do. And I can't leave it any longer if we're going to talk about this.
No, hold on. We're clearly not done talking, Becky.
What's going on?
I heard everything from Mom.
What?
I had no idea you were this terrible of a woman.
I still have no clue what you're talking about.
You're not going to get by playing dumb after how much you've pestered and picked on Mom.
Pestered and picked on? What are you talking about?
Stop trying to play all innocent. I'm here being serious with you. I've heard all about all of the terrible things you've done for Mom. There's no point trying to deny it anymore.
I ask yet again. What sort of terrible things are you saying? Please stop speaking so vaguely and actually tell me.
My mom came crying to me earlier today complaining about everything you've been doing. She's just had to endure your horrible treatment this whole time.
What?
I'm so disappointed with you. We should get a divorce.
Really? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, from what my mom told me, I can't stay with you anymore.
Whatever. I have been tired of you too. But just let me prepare the luggage. Without this, I can't work.
What? You're still thinking about your work now. Shouldn't you apologize for what you did?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not wrong for anything. I also think we shouldn't live together. You'd better do that with your dear mom. So, bye now. After that, Tris filled out his end of the divorce papers with no further complaints, and I was able to get them filed with no issues. His mother did rifle through all of my things without any care for what she did to them. So I filed suit for everything she damaged. They agreed to settle out of court and pay for what they did. I might just end up moving away. Without my income, Tris can't handle the mortgage, bills. So they managed to get a small cheap apartment somewhere. Just getting rid of they two out of my life is the best bless for me. I have no regret to do that. Hey Andrew. Are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. I wanted an extra day to prep before the trip. I kind of left the packing to the last minute again.
Wait. You're still going on the trip? I thought we agreed to cancel it.
What? No way. I've been looking forward to this for ages. Why would I cancel?
But I thought we agreed to put it off. I can't do anything by myself while I'm stuck in this wheelchair. I'm not used to this. You said you were gonna help me. Who's gonna take me to my appointment in a few days?
Yeah, I remember something like that. But can you take a taxi or something? Why does this have to be my problem? I can't ruin all my plans for this one appointment.
What? That's not fair. I'm not trying to make this your problem. But I do need your help. You can't just leave me behind on our trip because of the accident. Are you really gonna do all that stuff without me?
But I already took the time off from work. Not to mention it's too close to get a refund for the bookings now. My deposit would be wasted. But if you just stay home, then I won't lose any of that. We can't let this ruin my vacation.
But who is going to help me get to the hospital? You promised you'd be there for me.
I didn't agree to stay. I said I could help while I was there. You just decided yourself that I would stay home. I never promised anything. Listen, Kate. I already paid for the plane ticket and the hotel. What's the point of wasting that? And my family will get mad at me if I don't show up.
What? I don't remember anything about your family coming too. I thought this was just the two of us. I wanted our honeymoon to be special. Why were they coming along?
Take it easy, Kate. Just my mom and dad. The hotel I booked offered a discount if I bought 2 rooms at the same time. So I asked them if they wanted to come too. Is that a problem?
You didn't tell me about this. Are you sure if I'm comfortable spending our honeymoon with your parents? I still don't know them very well. Don't you think so? It would have been awkward with them.
No, they'd be busy keeping my sister company. Yeah, my sister wanted to come along too. She was so excited. She's never been to Bath before. So I could hardly say no. And her husband offered to watch the younger one, so I said it was fine. She was excited about our trip?
Yeah, she was very happy.
You don't sound too thrilled though. Is there something wrong with that?
It's not wrong, but I just feel like this wasn't even for us. I can't even go anymore, and now that I'm stuck in this thing, who knows when I'll be able to walk again? Like this was just a family trip and I wasn't tagging along.
Don't be so dramatic. It's nothing. That's gonna be permanent. You just fell down the stairs. I'm sure you'll get over it eventually. You didn't even fall that hard. You're clumsy.
I am not. I didn't just accidentally fall, you know. Were you even paying attention to what happened?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't exactly expect you to tumble down like that. You're lucky I was there to help you. You're taking this too far. I'm not blaming you for the accident. But it's not my fault that you can't move. If you can't come, you can't come. That's it. Even if you can't come in person, you can still enjoy it. We can text you and FaceTime every day. I can bring you some British snacks and gifts back. And while I'm gone, you can enjoy some time alone.
What? So I'm stuck house sitting while you run off to another country?
No, I didn't mean it. I'm just trying to do what's best for everyone.
No. You're prioritizing your family. You're just trying to keep me out of the way because it's easier. Do your parents know about this? What about your sister? Is she fine with abandoning me?
Why are you being so rude? Calm down, Kate.
I have the right to be upset. We are married. Isn't normal that you're supposed to stay by my side? But you're acting like you can just leave me whenever you want. If you want to be just friends, you can say it.
What? Are you trying to friend zone me? What is going on with you? Did you hit your head on the way down?
Just go ahead and have fun on our trip by yourself. Just do what you want.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And do you mind taking care of things while we're gone? Nothing major, but my family has some packages arriving that need to be brought in. And don't forget to feed Bobby. He'll throw a tantrum if he misses even one meal.
No, I didn't say yes. I said you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I thought you said your sister's husband was gonna take care of things. How do you expect me to get to their house? I can't drive right now. I can't even get to the hospital. Your parents' house is 30 minutes away.
I told you, just the simple stuff. They've got a lightweight vacuum and the mail shouldn't be too heavy. I think you can handle it. You're handling our housework fine. So what is that different?
Are you listening to me? I can't get out of the house. How do you want me to get over there? And I don't even know your parents that well. I can't just go into a stranger's house while they're gone. Isn't it gonna be locked?
They are not strangers. They are my parents. Just because you don't know each other well. But we're still family now. And they keep a spare key under the mat. So you can get it.
Really, Andrew? That's not the point. I cannot get out of this house. I can't even get to the key.
I told you already, don't you remember? Listen to me. You should get a taxi. Most of taxis have a wheelchair lifts now. If you just ask, you're gonna get to the hospital somehow. Just do that for my parents too.
No, I told you I couldn't get to the hospital. That's why you're supposed to help me. Stop it, Andrew. You should know I'm still upset you're still going. How can you expect me to take care of everything in this condition?
You can't just leave Bobby alone for a week. My mother treats the dog like a son. She'd be so upset if he went hungry. We can leave food out, but if he eats it all too soon, he'll starve. And he needs his water changed too.
I literally can't go near your mother's cat without breaking out in a rash. I get a bad reaction from his fur.
Yeah, but it's not that bad, right? Only for a little bit. It's not a deadly allergy or anything. I will quite literally die if I'm alone with that cat.
Don't you remember what you did to me last time? You locked me in the room with that cat. I then got the allergy. I had to be taken to the hospital to do some checkup then.
Okay. I remembered that. But I did say sorry to you. I didn't mean it. I didn't notice you were in the room because all the lights were turned off. But I can't change the past.
All right. But you should know I can stay near that cat.
Hey Kate. Where you at? I thought you couldn't get out of the house.
I'm going home.
What? Are you having dinner with your parents or something? You should have said so I could come too. Did someone pick you up?
My mother came to get me. I told her about my appointment on Monday. And luckily, she offered to help. She came and got me right away. There's not any food at the house since I haven't gone grocery shopping this week. Why don't you go visit your parents too? You all going to the airport tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But you should have told me though. I'm starving. I thought you cooked something for me, so I didn't even pick anything up.
Sorry for not telling you. I wasn't planning on it. We kind of just decided on the spot. But I assumed you weren't coming home tonight anyway. So I thought it was fine.
If your mother's helping you out, I think she can help with Bobby too. That would be a lifesaver. My mother's acting like she's gonna die without us around. I wanted us to pack together to spend some time with each other before I leave. But I can do it myself. I'll let my mom know Bobby's taken care of.
I'm not even going on the trip, what would I be packing? I didn't want to do it alone.
My mom always does this stuff for me. I booked the trips, it was only fair I shouldn't have to pack all the bags too.
Yeah, then ask her to do it again.
You're right. I'm gonna head out to see my mom now. They said they already did their packing. So she was fine with doing mine too. She said she could make me dinner too. So I have something to eat tonight. So long since I've had my mother's cooking. I hope it's as good as I remember.
Have a nice time.
What did you do? Your dad just showed up with some random dude. They said they were here to see Bobby.
Is that a problem? I thought a pet sitter was a nice compromise.
And who's gonna pay for it? They're super expensive. Are you planning on paying him?
I couldn't get over there every day. What else was I supposed to do? He's not charging that much. And he said he could do the cleaning and stuff too. I let him know about the mail.
You can't just bring random people to the house while we're gone. I am not paying for that. You could have done it yourself for free, and why did your dad show up with him? He couldn't have done it himself?
I wasn't just gonna let someone come into your house alone. I can't go and meet him myself, so my dad offered to show him around. They met outside, and then he's going to show him what he needs to do. And I made sure he came over before you left, so that you could meet him. It's not easy finding a last-minute pet sitter.
What were you thinking? Are you trying to get back at me?
For what? I'm helping you with your trip. And what would I say to your parents? They're not gonna care. He's taking care of everything.
You're upset because I'm leaving you behind? It's your fault that you don't want to come.
I'm not doing this out of spite. I did want to come, but I just can't. I was just trying to help. I'm not sure what you're so upset about. I don't want to go to your parents' house. What if something happens to me again? I'm not comfortable going there myself right now.
Okay, but it's not my fault. We'd all lose our money if I stayed home. We talked about this. Don't punish me for trying to save our money. Can you stop sulking and just tell this dude to go away then?
The pet sitter is perfect. You won't lose your money because you can go and someone is here to take care of things. Besides, he isn't charging that much. Just about $1,000, I guess.
What? Are you kidding me? How could that be? That's too much.
Well, you can spend our money for your family to go on vacation. Why can you spend a little more for that service?
A little more? It's $1,000, not $10, Kate. Stop it now. I will force this man to go out.
Oh, you can't now. I got your name on the bill, so you are the one to pay it all. You can be sued if you force this man out. It's kind of breaching the contract, you know?
What? Are you tricking me? But do you want me to spend all of our saving? It's your money too.
Oh, I don't care about it. We just got married, so I don't put too much in our saving. I still got my own money.
What?
And I'm planning to file for divorce now. Have a nice time.
What? Wait, Kate. Kate.
After that, Andrew still went on the vacation with his family. Well, of course he had to pay the $1,000 for the pet sitter. He spent up all of our saving for that. Not long after that, I filed for divorce. We just got married, so I didn't have to worry about anything. Money is just a small problem, but living with this man is a miserable thing in my life. Andrew tried to contact me after that, but I had blocked his number. I am living a happy life with my parents.
I have some great news for you. I finally got pregnant with Levi's child. Oh wow, what a great time.
That's right. I had morning sickness, so I went to the store to buy a pregnancy test.
I tested and it was positive. Everything just went perfectly according to plan.
Now I have him all to myself, and now there's a child between us.
According to the plan? What are you talking about? My plan is to get his child pregnant so I can live in this big house and use some of his money. I will eventually become your rich and live a lavish lifestyle.
My plan will finally be complete when your divorce from him is over. There's no reason for you to be his wife anymore. Hurry up and divorce him, ugly cow. I guess it makes sense.
You seem very calm about me finding out. Don't you realize the terrible thing you're doing?
Well, I'm a bit surprised you found us, but honestly, I don't really care if you know about what we're doing behind your back. Levi seems happy to see me every time because I am so much more attractive than you. Everyone knows that I'm one of the hottest moms in the area. I also don't mind being found out because I can divorce my husband and pay any settlement fees if I'm sued for cheating.
Do you really think you can get away with this easily? You are destroying a marriage, you know.
Yeah, I think I'll be perfectly fine. By the way, it's not a big deal. I'm just sleeping with your husband. And he told me that he will make sure you get nothing in the divorce. He'll get the family's attorneys to do whatever they can to make sure. Absolutely no risk to me at all.
Oh, I understand. That's it. I guess his whole family is quite rich and has a lot of savings.
Yeah, exactly. He won't be in trouble with money anytime soon. The big house we're sleeping in right now is also his property, isn't it? This place is awesome.
I think it's his parents' property, but they let him use it.
Haha. It's basically the same thing. It's still his home.
I don't really care who owns the house. How long are you going to stay here? You are not welcome if you are not paying attention now.
What? Are you going to kick me out? Isn't it your fault that you got home an hour early? I could stay a little longer if you don't go home.
Have you forgotten that summer vacation has begun? I need you to leave.
I know that summer break has begun, but why does that matter?
My daughter went out with her friends. I don't want her to see her dad and her friend's mom having fun in the bedroom together.
Fine, I'll be ready to leave if you stick around like this.
Are you getting dressed right now?
Of course not. What do you think we are doing? I'll change in a little while. Oh wait, where did my clothes go? Levi couldn't find his clothes either. How did it all disappear?
Oh, I should apologize about your clothes. They were all left on the living room floor, so I collected them all and threw them out.
What? Why would you do such a thing?
Well, I don't want you to run away.
Don't worry, I won't run away. I just want to go back to my home. Just give me back my clothes so I can go home like you want.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that.
What? Why don't you let me go home?
Miranda, I know that you and Levi have been sneaking around behind my back for about half a year now.
So you've known about it this whole time? You talked to me earlier as if you just found out. So to do what? Why do you have to trick me like that?
Oh, I'm sorry I lied to you. By the way, how are my acting skills? I have to take some time to get everyone here.
What are you talking about? Will everyone come here? Let me leave already. Don't treat me like a prisoner.
Looks like everyone has arrived now. Levi's parents, your husband, and I are going to come and talk to you guys for a bit.
What did you just say? Why are they all here?
I recommend finding a towel or blanket to wrap around your body. We're heading to the room you're in right now.
What is happening? Wait. You are not allowed to enter the room without my permission. I can finally relax now. Thanks to you, I had a very difficult day today. I will not forgive you for this.
I'm surprised you're still texting me after all that happened. It was only a few hours.
Well, whatever, I've gotten over it already. Have you been to your parents' house?
Yes, I did. I am at my parents' house right now with my daughter.
Good for you. You have to leave pretty soon after we talk. You look really desperate packing all your stuff while everyone else screams at me and Levi. People shouting at me is a bit scary, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad to see you walking out of the house looking miserable. You look like you're about to cry. Anyway, I just went back to Levi's place. Now we don't need to worry about being discovered. Guess what we'll be doing all night? Ha ha ha. It's so much more relaxing knowing that you won't interrupt us. We can also be as loud as we want.
Looks like you're having such a great time. Enjoy to the end. Do you really think you'll be able to get away with this?
Did I tell you earlier today? You can't do anything. Levi is mine now. So don't expect to live off of Levi as you once thought. Your appearance is old. I'll take them all, so you better get out of my way. Poor single mom. It's going to be tough, but I'm sure you'll get through it. Oh, I just remembered something. Levi told me to tell you that as soon as the payment fee is agreed, he will transfer the entire amount to your bank account in one transaction. Then he's done with you.
Why is he telling me that if he's doing me a favor? It is an obligation. Tell him not to talk to me so arrogantly. It's a shame.
Oh, look, you act so strong now. You've just been dumped by one of the richest guys in the area because you're so ugly.
I know that deep down you want to fall and cry. Say whatever you want to me. I don't care.
Yes, I will say whatever I want. You won't be able to stop me. I love Levi so much. I also love the big house he lives in and all the money he has. It's a great feeling to have a rich guy by your side. It's a pity you lost him, isn't it?
You really don't know how to be silent, do you?
Yes, I am very happy right now. My life will be first class from now on. I feel like I'm a celebrity's wife. I will live such a lavish life from tomorrow.
Good for you. I am very, very, very happy for you.
Okay, whatever. Shut up and go cry in a corner. I have some great news for you. I finally got pregnant with Levi's child.
Oh wow, what a great time.
That's right. I had morning sickness, so I went to the store to buy a pregnancy test. I tested and it was positive. Everything just went perfectly according to plan. Now I have him all to myself and now there's a child between us.
According to the plan? What are you talking about?
My plan is to get his child pregnant so I can live in this big house and use some of his money. I will eventually become your rich and live a lavish lifestyle. My plan will finally be complete when your divorce from him is over. There's no reason for you to be his wife anymore. Hurry up and divorce him, ugly cow.
I guess it makes sense. Thank you very much. I can finally divorce him.
Wait, why are you happy?
I don't need a trash husband like him in my life. Oh, and you should pack your things and leave the house as soon as possible.
What the hell are you talking about? Why did we leave this house? This villa is where Levi and I will start a new life together. Don't tell me nonsense just because you're upset about what happened. What the hell is going on? Can you tell me what's going on? We have just been asked to move out of this house tomorrow.
Oh, that house is about to be sold. That's probably why you were asked to move out.
Wait, what? How can it happen? Are you the one doing this? What did you do?
Personally, I didn't do anything.
I do not understand. It explains what's happening to me right now. I thought this house was owned by Levi anyway. How can it be put up for sale without his permission? It doesn't make any sense. There is no way that this is happening legally. Can't kick us out.
That house is not really his property.
What did you just say?
It was actually his grandfather's house. Levi doesn't own the house, though he doesn't announce it. He was just allowed to live there temporarily.
Does his grandfather own this place? Why doesn't he live here then?
Well, his grandfather owns another property right next to the beach and he currently lives there with Levi's grandmother. He didn't want to leave the house empty, so he allowed me, my daughter and Levi to live there as long as we kept the house decent.
I don't know anything about that. I just assumed it was his property because he kept bragging to me about how big and beautiful the place is.
Well, it's your fault assuming Levi is trustworthy. I'm sure he would tell a mistress anything to have a better chance of scoring. I guess your plan is not a good one.
I cannot believe this. What will happen to the luxurious life I have planned if we can't live here anymore?
Who knows? Anyway, I heard that there are some potential buyers of the house and there are some workers coming to the house in the next few days to clean the house.
Will they clean this place up in a few days? That's too early.
You guys will get in the way of the cleaners if you're still there when they arrive. I recommend getting out of the house tomorrow if you can.
How could this happen to me? I don't want to deal with any of this anymore. Why does everything have to end like this?
Why do you have to keep contacting me? What time is it? I got divorced from Levi and he paid for the divorce settlement for me. We've already decided on a child support payment plan for our daughter, so we don't need to talk anymore. I really don't like having to talk to you.
We packed up all our things and left the house as we were told. We then went to Levi's parents' house, but they wouldn't let us in. They won't even talk to us. Why do they act like they hate us?
Isn't it obvious that they won't let you in? They severed all ties with Levi after finding out what you were doing.
We then decided to go to my parents' house because we didn't have a place to stay. They didn't let us in either. They told me to go now and they didn't want to see me again.
I completely understand why they act like that. You both did some pretty terrible things after all.
Shut up and keep listening. As a last resort, we decided to go to Grandpa Levi's place by the sea. I think he'll just leave us there until things settle down a bit. Grandparents have always loved their grandchildren, and I'm really attractive and approachable, so I think they'll accept us right away. They didn't even let us talk to them. They just locked the door and completely ignored us.
After all, he is a very strict and morally correct person. I guess he can't forgive you guys for having an affair.
What the hell is going on with everyone? All I do is sleep with Levi. They should be glad he's marrying someone as attractive as me. A CEO like you deserves a beautiful woman like me by your side.
Did you just say CEO? What are you talking about?
I think it will be better for him and his company's reputation if I attend all work events with him. Having an ugly cow like you around will negatively affect his company. I don't understand why people treat me like a bad guy. They should respect me.
I don't know how to tell you this, but there seems to be a misunderstanding.
I do not care anymore. I'll go ask Levi to buy us a high-rise apartment to live in. I will look down on all the poor losers in society while drinking some expensive wine every night.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Levi is just an ordinary employee. He's not the CEO.
You're really funny. It's a joke, isn't it?
Why did I lie to you? The CEO at our company is another person.
That can't be true. He was one of the former CEOs. Didn't he inherit his father's place?
Our company determines our leaders based on skill and contribution to the company. Our bloodline doesn't matter at all. By the way, I'm the manager of one of the departments.
Are you a manager? Someone like you?
Yes, I'm here. Actually, I just remember that Levi was fired a few days ago. You haven't heard from him. He was caught flirting with you during a Zoom meeting. He's also made a lot of easy mistakes lately. I don't think he can stay focused all the time with you around.
You must be kidding me. Was he fired? How did he get caught flirting with me? Wait, you're telling me he's in a meeting while we're doing it in his office?
I won't go into details because I really don't want to know about it. Why don't you just think about it? You guys were continuously sticking together when you were in that house. He also worked full-time during that time. Does it all match now? He slept and flirted with you during most of his work meetings.
Wait, you're telling me the whole company knows about that?
Yeah, pretty much. It was all your fault that he ended up losing his job and home. Your stupid plans are what caused all of this to happen to you. Though he should also accept some errors. After all, it is impossible to deceive someone alone.
My life really fell apart.
Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to mention. I think he used up all his savings when he paid me for settlement fees and child support. I had a very good edge and some aggressive corporate lawyers were on my side, so the amount was pretty high. His family also planned to remove him from their will so that he would not inherit any of their money or property. I'm pretty sure it's highly unlikely that he'll ever become rich again. You're about to say goodbye to your plans for a lavish life in a high-rise apartment building.
It's good now. I will end everything with him and get back to my ex-husband.
I highly doubt that will ever happen.
Why so?
Well, you cheated on him and then got pregnant with another man's child. I don't think any guy will ever forgive you for doing such a thing. I think the kid who decided to live with your ex hates you too. I don't think there's a place for you to return to in that family.
Damned! Am I really wrong? How did my plan turn out like this? I just couldn't believe it. I thought for sure that I would live a life of luxury where I would never have to work a job again. Where the hell am I going to live now? We don't have money or a house. Now there are too many problems. I do not know what to do.
Well, that's what you have to find out now. I'm going to take a long bath to relax, so I have to go. Goodbye. And never contact me again. I was really surprised with their actions after being kicked out of the house. After that, they tried to crash into Levi's parents' house and then begged Miranda's parents for help, but no one spoke to them. They then went to Levi's grandparents' house in another state. I'm pretty sure they have to spend almost $10,000 on all transportation with hotel fees to get to those places. Considering that both are currently unemployed, I'm sure that has hurt their wallets a lot. After being rejected by all their relatives, they decided to rent a cheap apartment together to live. They wanted to part with each other after all that had happened. However, they couldn't afford a place to live alone, so it was unnecessary for them to live together. In addition, all of their relatives are watching them both because they know that Miranda is currently pregnant. They are all discussing what to do with the child after she is born because they want the child to have an equal chance in life. After all, a child doesn't deserve a terrible life just because of what his parents did in the past.